Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter. In December of 1988, in a rural part of South Georgia, off a quiet road near Millwood, something is found. A child, hidden, left behind. Her remains are found encased in concrete. There is no name, no clear way to know who she is or where she came from. The case stays open, but the answers do not come. And for more than 3 decades, she would be known only as Baby Jane Doe. This is the story of Kenyatta Odom. On December 21st, 1988, authorities in Ware County, Georgia responded to a report of human remains found near Millwood. What they found was a child. Her remains had been encased in concrete. The condition made identification extremely difficult. From the start, there were no clear leads, no clear match to a reported missing child, and no immediate way to know who she was or where to begin. The case remained unsolved for years. The child became known as Baby Jane Doe. Investigators continued to revisit the case over time, but without an identity, there was only so far they could go. There was no clear match to a known case, and no public record that pointed to who she might be. Decades later, that change finally came. DNA testing gave investigators tools they didn't have back then. Using those methods, along with a tip that helped move the case forward, investigators were able to identify the child. After decades without answers, they finally knew who she was. In November of 2023, she was given her name back. Kenyatta Odom. She was 5 years old. Once her identity was confirmed, investigators began to piece together what they could about her life. Investigators determined that Kenyatta was from Dougherty County, Georgia, and that she died in Dougherty County before her remains were moved and left in Ware County. After decades of uncertainty, the investigation was finally moving again. In November of 2023, the case took a turn. A grand jury returned indictments. Kenyatta's mother, Evelyn Odom, and her former boyfriend, Ulysses Sanders, were arrested in connection with her death. For years, there had been no arrests in the case. Now, there were. As the case moved through the court, information began to come out through testimony. Ulysses Sanders later entered a guilty plea to charges related to concealment. He also testified during the proceedings. In court, the case was being laid out. In August of 2025, a jury reached a verdict. Evelyn Odom was found guilty of felony murder, first-degree cruelty to children, conspiracy, and concealing a death. She was found not guilty on one count of aggravated battery. The case had spanned nearly 37 years. Now, there was a verdict. In February of 2026, Evelyn Odom was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. After years of questions, a case that began with very little to go on finally had answers. As we close this episode, sharing Kenyatta's story helps keep her name in focus. Her life mattered and shouldn't have ended this way. Our thoughts are with anyone connected to her story. For more cases and updates, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. If there's a story you believe deserves attention, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.